since I got something at Target. That's a lie. That is a complete lie. It's been a long while since I've gotten something E.L.F. related at Target, and something E.L.F. related in general. I think my most popular video on YouTube, or second most popular, one of the two, is the E.L.F. Best and Worst video that I did a while back, like maybe 3 years ago. So there have been additions to the E.L.F. line since then, and I kind of went a little wild at Target and got a few of them. So here we go. This is what we're gonna do. First thing that I found was something that's been in my E.L.F. cart for a while, and it's the Acne Fighting Foundation. Buff and Porcelain looked the damn same in the packaging, so I bought both. I'll return the one that doesn't match, but as someone who works with graphics a lot, I feel like I'm pretty good at telling shades apart. I couldn't tell these two apart. Now this, I've heard, is a dupe for the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus, which is my everyday foundation that I use. So hey, if I can get it for $6 versus I think Matte Velvet is $38 or somewhere in that range, by all means, I will adapt to the E.L.F. lifestyle. Alright, so this is what I just put. Porcelain is on this side. This is Buff. Buff looks a little more yellow. Porcelain looks more neutral. Alright, so I've got my kind of dirty beauty blender right here. I'm gonna take Buff, put Buff on this side. Oh yeah, that's yellow. And then take Porcelain, put it on this side. I have a feeling, oh gosh. Porcelain's actually a really good match for my skin. Buff, not so much. So I'm gonna blend Porcelain in first. And I've got my mirror to the side of the camera. So I'm like looking over here. So that's why. Or notice me doing that. That's why. Okay. So overall coverage is not quite comparable to the Makeup Forever, but for $6, if this has, I think this has salicylic acid, yeah, salicylic acid in it for acne. So if you have acne prone skin and you find that that treatment works well for you, kill two birds with one stone. Alright. This is definitely too yellow for me. This is more my shade. Next thing I found was the HD Lifting Concealer. I like E.L.F., but I sometimes feel like E.L.F. wants to copy every good thing on the market and make it their own. So this is it looks very similar to the NARS creamy concealer, creamy something or other. Something that I'm not gonna pay for. So, oh, but the tube is actually kind of short. It's kind of cute. All right, let's try it. Also scent. So this smells more chemical-y than these. So if that's something that you want to look out for, by all means. So I'm just gonna dab this, and then anywhere that I feel is necessary. So like my whole face. Listen, I've been having a real rough time getting my skin to cooperate lately. So probably putting a shit ton of new products on it is not the smartest thing to do, but whatever. It's E.L.F. E.L.F. is like my one true love. So I really actually kind of like that. I'm not sure what they meant by lifting. It hides imperfections and regenerates the skin for added radiance. It minimizes fine lines and helps even skin tone. Apply to areas that need a little lift. So I'm assuming this is generally for under the eye, but I put it on some blemishes and it did the job. It did what it was supposed to do. So next thing that I'm gonna try, the E.L.F. Smudge Pot. These I think have been actually out for a while. I'm just now noticing that this product has the new tag on it, and it looks like, yeah, all the products I picked up have that. So they are indeed new, according to E.L.F. This is a smudge pot in Cruise and Chic, And these I think are supposed to be like the Maybelline color tattoos, which I have a few of and I like, but I do find that they're too thick sometimes to put on as a base. So, ooh, this is nice though. That's the color. It's actually quite nice. Alright, so this is a little dark. A little darker than I usually go for. But whatever, we're just gonna roll with it today. So, little known fact, maybe little known, I don't know. When I put eyeshadow on this eye, I can't really see because that's my eye that I see out of because the other eye is blind. So I put a lot on my finger and put it on. So it may take a little while to set if you're not setting it afterwards with like more eyeshadow. If you're just using this as a base, you may be fine. On its own, I'm finding that it does take a little while to. Next to last thing I found was their Intense Ink eyeliner in Blackest Black. So I originally had picked up my Holy Grail Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Brush Tips Eyeliner and Serum blah 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 in Ultra Black. However, I've been using Stila Stay All Day because of the fact that it stays all day. But the felt tip was starting to get to me, so I'm like, man, whatever. Go back to my normal. There's a little illustration on the side. I'm curious though if this is a felt tip or if it is a brush tip. I can't get the package open. Okay, there we go. So, I'm gonna sit a little closer. Yeah, so that's a brush tip, but whoa, but it's actually really black. I'm gonna pull my mirror a little closer to me so you can see. I kind of like the fact that you can kind of see it. So the brush tip starts down here, so you've got quite a bit of felt tip with this applicator, which can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. It's up to you, I guess, really, how your preferences are when working with felt tip eyeliner. But for, I think, fancy that, I found my Target receipt. Not that eyeliner. Eyeliner, $3, wow. So for $3, this is actually, I think it's a good buy. The only thing is I find E.L.F. eyeliners dry out a lot quicker. Eyeliner has been applied and I actually quite like this, and I guess it really just depends on how long it lasts because it does say, what does it say? Oh, it just says intense ink, so I mean the ink is intense if that's what you're going for. Quick dry formula instantly enhances the lash line with rich, long-lasting color, glides on smoothly without smudging, feathering, or running. I will agree with that. Felt tip pen allows you to create either a sleek or bold line with precision. Alright, so last thing I have is a blending brush from their Beautifully Bare line. They recently came out with this, I'm pretty sure, so this is fairly new. I used to really be into the E.L.F. brushes. This is actually, that feels nice. I could totally see this as a contour brush though. You can see it kind of, it's narrow like that, but then it's really wide like that, so. This is definitely a contour brush, not quite a powder brush, but I do like how compact it is and how dense the brush is. As far as this foundation is going, it's a little sticky. I know I didn't set it, so take that with a grain of salt. This side has very much oxidized since I put it on. This side, however, I think is like a perfect, literal perfect match. If you have neutral to cool tone leaning skin, you probably want to pick up Porcelain. If you have a more yellow undertone light skin, Buff is probably better for you. As far as the lifting concealer, it did the job. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be creasy, but it hasn't exactly set without powder, so you're probably gonna have to set it with powder. The smudge pot, still cooking. That actually has seemed to have set. The smudge pot, just give it a little while, I guess, and you should be good to go. Alright, so it's been about a week and a half since I filmed the video parts that you just watched, and I kind of wanted to give an update because there were some things that I mentioned in the video that were true and some things that didn't actually work out. So, first things first, this foundation I really have been absolutely loving. The packaging, I don't know if I mentioned this in the video, but now that I have it with me, the packaging is almost identical to the Makeup Forever one. That I just thought was funny. I've been in training for my new job, so I've been in a classroom from 8:30 to 4:30 every day, but it's been lasting the entire day with minimal touch-up, and that really means the world to me. If I can find a foundation that doesn't slide off my face, I'm pretty happy. So, love that foundation. I think it was $6, so for $6 you really can't go wrong. Also, I wanted to mention that the eyeliner has been awesome. It hasn't really lost its pigmentation. Thank you, Ferris, for getting your tail in the video. Felt tip could be a little better, but I don't hate it. I actually returned the Physicians Formula eyeliner that I had mentioned in the video because it was dried out when I got it. So that was a little disappointing, but this has been doing wings fairly well. I'm wearing one today. It's still got a little bit of a learning curve, as any felt tip would, but I really like the pigmentation. The only thing that I don't like about this is by the end of the day, the insides of my eyes right here have kind of either worn or I've rubbed them and I have black like all in the middle. So that's a little disappointing, but I can't complain. For $3, it was a great eyeliner purchase. As you can kind of see, I have a return receipt from Target. So I went ahead, I returned the Physicians Formula eyeliner because it was dried out. I returned the concealer. It really wasn't doing much for me, and I don't find a necessity in having a lifting concealer for under my eyes. I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind that I'm still trying to go through because it's so great. So I usually use that for under my eyes anyway. I didn't really find a need to keep that. I returned the foundation that wasn't in my shade, so I think I kept Porcelain and returned Buff, I want to say. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I returned the other foundation that didn't match my skin shade. And I returned the eyeshadow. Reason being, I don't find a real necessity for keeping an eyeshadow that is just going to be a base, really. I'm never probably going to wear that eyeshadow alone. However, if you would, I don't know how the setting time would have worked because it took a really long time to set. So I was kind of in a toss-up with that one, and I ended up just saying, you know what, I have enough eyeshadow, I don't really need it. So, Ferris, wanna say bye? So, this is what he does with my makeup in the morning. So now that you have all that insight, go out, buy what you want from E.L.F. I will see you guys in my next video. I have to go to work now, so see you guys. Bye. Say bye. Alright. He says bye too.